Hello everyone, welcome to RPG Tools' second Kickstarter. I'm Kev. This Kickstarter will provide well over 500 object files of 3D printable role-playing and tabletop wargaming items, though I've also used a bunch of these items in board games. As you can see in the video, I'm showing a fly-through back and forth over most of the items that will be included as your reward for backing the Kickstarter. I'm doing this to give you different looks and views at the items, though I noticed that the camera doing the fly-through distorts them a little bit in some cases. In the main notes of the Kickstarter, you'll see renders of the 3D objects in batches, and if you click those, you'll jump to my website to see different angles and larger versions of those pictures. There's also a link at the beginning of the Kickstarter that jumps to a second web page with several hundred pictures of actual printed items on physical gaming terrain. Most of those are printed on a Lulzbot mini printer at 0.15 microns or 0.15 millimeters per layer. The nozzle used generally is a 0.4 or a 0.5 mm nozzle. I'm adding the fly-through mainly just because I thought it would be cool to see it in this sort of a manner. The Kickstarter is only for the 3D files. You'll need to either have a 3D printer available to you to print them out, or you can upload them to a service such as 3dhubs.com or shapeways.com. If you don't have a 3D printer, now's a great time to get one. They come in versions as low as a few $100s, and the print quality on those entry-level models has become quite good. The cost of printing many of these items is in the 10 cents to 25 cents range at their default size, at least for the normal 28mm stuff. When you get to the big models, or if you include lots of fill or lots of supports, it can increase the cost of that a bit. On top of that, if you're like me and you want to have a bunch of copies of tables, chairs, and supply shelves for a tavern, many bookshelves for a library, or a bunch of coffins and such for some sort of a morgue in the game, you can print as many as you want, and in many cases if you flip the XY axis you can have a second version of the same item that looks somewhat different. RPG Tools started out with my last Kickstarter and the idea that I would provide the printed items. It was successful and fulfilled far ahead of schedule, though I found that running a small manufacturing, packaging, and shipping line just wasn't a good fit for me. That's why I've switched over to selling the 3D models. If you're someone who prints and sells physical items, then if you back this Kickstarter at the all-in level, you're welcome to print out the items and sell those physical copies. I'm not upcharging for that license. I hope you're enjoying the fly-through. Feel free to watch it again and turn off the volume if desired. There are quite a variety of groupings or categories in here. The airship, for example, you can make 4 different bodies for it, and when you combine that with the versions of different wings and propulsion items, you can make a whole bunch of them and also resize them to create different looks on the field. You could just skip the wings and put on normal masts on the top. I've got a little piece for that, and there you can use it as a normal ship. The mines are great. I love printing those on nylon because they're kind of a rubbery feel then, and they just lay nicely on terrain. They'll work on ABS or PLA plastic though if you choose to do that. You've got a whole variety of furniture in the terrain. Some of it's made for more of an outdoor use, like the brick roads or the tiny village. That was made actually at 1/4 normal 28mm scale, so that way you could field a whole village in one place so that the players can see it. And if you color code the rooftops, they get an instant view of whether the building is a ritzy high-end building or a low-end building. So you can really give visual indicators that you just can't provide on a 2D map. So it's some of the variety of items in here, they really were designed in mind for what I use in my own campaigns, so I get use out of these things. Thanks for checking out the Kickstarter. I hope you'll back it and look forward to seeing pictures of physical items people make with their terrain, and expect the entire thing to be fulfilled about 3 weeks after the end of the Kickstarter, which would make it around the 1st of 2018. And thanks for joining me. Have a great day.